Tonight, a family and community mourn the tragic loss of a 17-year-old drowning victim. A Dennery man is dead from a gunshot to the head following a drive-by shooting. And police make major breakthroughs in recent criminal investigations. We have the details of these stories and more coming up.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovelace and Amy Joseph.
Good night. It is Monday, the 2nd of March, 2020. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. We're on Flow, Channel 117. The broadcast is also being simulcast on Kiss FM Radio, on our mobile app, and our Caribbean Hot 7 TV Facebook page. I'm Lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. Dead is 17-year-old Crystal Jean, who reportedly drowned at the Redwe Beach in Grosley on Sunday. The death of the 17-year-old has greatly been felt by not just her family, but also her community of New Village. Members of the community today gathered at the residence of her family to lend support to her grieving mother and brother. Jacques Wooding sat with the family and community members.
The community of New Village is currently mourning the loss of a young, vibrant member of their community who travels this very street every day. Crystal Jean tragically passed away yesterday by drowning. We joined members of her community, her mother, her brother, and her father, trying to gather what a vibrant young lady she was and their hopes for who she could have become. We are sitting here with the family of Crystal Jean, trying to grasp the vibrant young lady that she was becoming, that she was with her engagement in the community, with her engagement in Carnival up and coming. What kind of person, what did you expect in life for your daughter?
Well, I know she would have been a great role model. I know she would do something real good for herself. She started doing something good for herself. She was indulging everything.
And having this kind of loss currently, we know it definitely came as a shock. What was it like getting that news? Like, what can you just outline how it was and where you were? What was it like?
Well, it was a shock to me. And I wasn't here. I wasn't in Ireland. And then when I heard that, I just had to just fly right back. And her brother was there with her. And when he told me the news, I just broke down and I just couldn't believe it. Up to now, I cannot believe it. And I really miss Crystal.
Having been there with her when it occurred, what exactly happened yesterday?
Well, when I heard what happened, I rushed to the hospital, and then I see the ambulance bring her, and they bring her in the room and they try and, pump her to try and see if she will come alive, Yeah. And then after I heard bad news,
What did the emergency personnel tell you all happened?
They told me like they wasn't getting no pulse beating in her, like no sign of pulse, Yeah.
How has it been in the community so far? We know that Crystal has been involved in a lot. So how has it been? We know that this has definitely been a loss to New Village.
It will definitely be a loss because from our home or probably from all around, we'll surely miss her and surely talk about her.
My greatest condolences to you and your family, to your community, going out to Red's Carnival Band as well. I know Crystal was a new model for them going into 2020, and I hope that you are able to find peace and that you are able to keep the memory of your daughter alive moving forward, because this may be one end, but all your memories with her, everything that you know she could do, everything that she was already doing, you can hold that close to your heart. And moving forward, I really wish you both the very best. For Hot 7 TV, I am Jacques Wooding.
Now, the Royal St. Lucia Police Force has indicated that it is currently investigating the suspected drowning of the teenager. Public Relations Officer for the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, Corporal Ann Joseph, gives the details surrounding the incident which claimed the life of the 17-year-old.
On Sunday, the 1st of March 2020, about 2:15 p.m., officers attached to the Grizzly Police Station were referred a report of a suspected drowning from the Victoria Hospital for investigations. The victim has been identified as Crystal Jha, a 17-year-old resident of New Village in Castries. A post-mortem examination is to be scheduled for a later date.
According to Joseph, efforts were made to revive the teenager, but she remained unresponsive. Jean was transported to the Victoria Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. In the wake of the tragic passing of the teenager, her father is speaking on her loss. Marcus Mathre says, whilst he is hurting for his daughter, he knows that life must go on.
The father of a 17-year-old who tragically passed away in a drowning incident over the weekend is grappling to express his emotions over the matter. Crystal Jha left home on Sunday morning to take part in an Independence Fun Walk, but never made it back. Tragedy struck when the teenager went to the Raidree beach after the event and reportedly drowned. Emergency responders who were called to the scene made the efforts to revive her. However, she remained unresponsive and was soon after pronounced dead. Speaking to the Hot 7 News team on the day of his daughter's passing, Marcus Mathre expressed his immediate feelings after receiving the bad news.
For the time there, I heard about my daughter, she get drunk, you check it, so I was well feeling bad, kind of way, you check it. Yeah, I seen, when was that, I just saw my daughter Independence Day, you check it, we were so happy and irie, and I seen, well, for the time they tell me she had gone a walk, and for the time there, well, she gone bathe in the sea and she drowned. You check it, I was well feeling bad, I wasn't feeling good. You check it, and I was seeing there is a sadness for me. You check it.
Mathre took a moment to reminisce on his relationship with his teenage daughter.
We was close, we was so close, you check it, but the time there she just come and check me on weekend, and you check it, go back down and check her mother. We was irie, we have no problem, you check it.
Mathre, whilst expressing his emotions in a unique manner, lamented the fact that life is fleeting and unpredictable.
There is just a sadness for the time, EG. Yeah, there is a sadness. I laughing, but you check it, I laughing because it hurt me so bad. You check it, I could cry, I could do nothing. I just have to laugh about it. Yeah, I seen life goes on, man. It just happens so fast. You check it, sometimes it just shock you. You check it, you don't know really what you're up to. You check it.
The incident occurred at around noon. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
After responding to reports of gunfire near a bakery in Bexar, emergency response personnel found a male with a gunshot wound to the head. The victim, Thomas Lawrence, was the single fatality of a drive-by shooting.
Though it may look like a pile of sand, where we are currently standing is where a resident of Dennery took his final breaths after being shot in the head in a drive-by incident.
On the 29th of February 2020, about 9:30 p.m., officers attached to the Criminal Investigations Department in Castries were referred a report of a shooting at L'Abbaye in Bexar. That individual is Thomas Alston Lawrence. He succumbed to his injuries. He's 37 years old and was a resident of Olio in Dennery. From all indications, it appears to be a drive-by shooting. However, we cannot give too much information as it relates to the circumstances surrounding that incident. A postmortem examination is scheduled for later this week.
Lawrence showed weak vitals on his way to the hospital following the shooting and was pronounced dead on arrival. For Hot 7 News, I am Jacques Whitting.
Thank you, Jacques. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force is continuing on its recent streak of fruitful crime fighting by making major breakthroughs in 4 homicides that occurred this year. Public Relations Officer Corporal Ann Joseph gave updates of the cases, including the peculiar case of a man who was killed following an altercation at Lakwamengo in Marigot.
On the 24th of February 2020, about 12:30 p.m. at Lakwamengo, 48-year-old Nathalbert Alfred was apparently hit by a male individual. That person has been arrested and is now charged for causing the death of Mr. Alfred. He is to be escorted to the 1st District Court this morning for his bail hearing. He has been identified as Eddie Augustine, a 24-year-old resident of Lackawanna.
Couple Joseph went on to give an update on a homicide caused yet again by a fatal blow to the head. However, the case took an even more gruesome twist when the victim was decapitated after he was killed. For over a week, the identity of the victim remained unclear. However, it was confirmed by the PRO, who gave further details on the matter. She also gave much anticipated information on a fourth homicide, which had been shrouded in mystery.
Investigation into Hansley Louis's death. Hansley Louis sustained a fatal blow to his head at 1A in Vieux-Fort, and Marvin Dauphin, an 18-year-old resident of 1A in Vieux-Fort, has been charged for causing the death of Hansley Louis. He is remanded. He has been taken to court and is remanded for a later date in this month. We can confirm that the individual, the victim, has been identified formally as Christelle George, a 30-year-old resident of Vieux-Fort. Mervyn Jeremy Constantine of Church Street, Grosley, has been charged. He was charged on the 27th of February 2020 and has been remanded until the 11th of March 2020.
Christelle George was killed in Massa, Grosley. Her body was found incinerated in an SUV during the early hours of Sunday, the 23rd of February 2020. This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Still to come, CARPHA raises the risk level for the region from low to moderate to high for new coronavirus. The U.S. state of Washington declares a state of emergency over new coronavirus cases. And the National Carnival Queen Show auditions 2020. That and more coming up after the break.